Hey guys, it's Amber. So I haven't done an update on my skin in a long time, so I thought it'd be a good time to do this. So basically, I have been using the Mary Kay Clear Proof system for like a month or so now, and it has worked awesome. And I haven't had any issues with any sensitivity, no peeling, no anything like that. I was able to use all of the steps and I got the results that I was looking for. And I also was able to use the benzoyl peroxide, which I haven't been able to use maybe in other systems I've used before, but this is 5% benzoyl peroxide treatment. And I found that, like, as a whole, my skin stays pretty clear with this. I have found that my skin is a little bit more oily now, or normal, or maybe just like T-zone oily than it was before. And I think that's probably because the product that I'm using isn't drying out my skin so much that my skin's natural oils are coming out, where before, I think what I was using on my skin, because it was sensitive, was so harsh, it was making my skin dry and peely. And now I feel like my skin's probably a little bit more combination versus just being dry. I don't really have a ton of breakouts, but I do find that when I do get breakouts, I tend to get them right here around my mouth and on my chin. And that was very typical of where I used to get my breakouts, like in high school when my skin was fairly clear. So this is kind of like pretty normal versus like having red rash that goes over your cheeks and bumps everywhere. So I find to help prevent that, I just use a little bit of that treatment gel at night, and I actually just put it through here in this area, and I put it right here on my nose where I get blackheads, and sometimes I'll put it a tiny bit on my forehead. When I have bangs, you know, I get a little bit more oil on my forehead, so that can tend to cause a little bit of acne. So when I do those things, when I just put a little bit right there, it really helps to prevent those areas from breaking out. So I don't feel like it, even though it adds a little bit more oil to my forehead, I'm not getting a ton of breakouts there, but I feel like putting that on helps prevent those breakouts a little bit more, and it also doesn't tend to dry out my skin or make it more red or sensitive. Okay, I came downstairs because my son was being a little bit noisy with his toys, so hopefully you can hear me a little bit better. So I feel like the redness has gotten a lot better on my face altogether. Like through my cheeks here, I hardly have any redness now. And I just have a little bit of like leftover demarcation or whatever, pigmentation from like a little zit I had right there. But like right here where I used to have all those red dots, like that's pretty much gone now. And I do find that I still have redness right there on my nose, which I hate because that's like the worst spot. But I think it's a lot better. Like it's going away from here, it's going away from here. I don't know if it'll ever come out of the tip of my nose. One thing I am noticing more now though, now that the acne is gone, it's funny. Now I am starting to notice where I do have a couple small acne scars. I also am starting to notice like I have a pock scar on my cheek right here, which you might have noticed. But it's like those are things that I didn't really see as much because I had so much acne that you couldn't really tell. And also I do get a little bit of the white bumps that are right here under your eyes, which are called milia. And I've been using it like right there, but I don't want to get it too close to my eye. So I do have a tiny bit of those that I've noticed, but they're not horrible. And then I've also noticed that I do have some broken capillaries right here on my nose and right here. So I think that could be attributing to some of the redness. And I feel like if the capillaries are broken, I think that's something you would have to do with like a laser treatment. I don't know that any kind of cream could really help that. So those are kind of the things that I've noticed now that my skin's actually clear, where before, like I couldn't even notice any of that stuff because I had so much other things going on that it's like, who really cares, right? So overall, I'm still really happy with the progress of my skin, and I still definitely recommend the Mary Kay Clear Proof, and it has really just changed my skin so much. And I have I have recommended it to my other people, and I recommended it to my sister, and she was a former Proactive user. And she said that she loved it a lot better than Proactive, and it didn't dry her skin out at all, and she's had great results. So I don't know that it'd be for someone who has cystic acne or severe acne, but for someone who has sensitive skin, rosacea, or mild to moderate acne, I think it would be a great choice because some of those things that are made for that cystic acne are just way too harsh for people who have mild to moderate acne. So that's kind of my little update. If you guys have any other questions about anything, feel free to ask me as always. And thanks for your support and your encouraging words through this journey. It's been kind of fun and kind of seeing how things have evolved for my skin, and you know, kind of doing this with an audience has kind of been interesting, but it's been good. It's been a positive experience for me. So anyway, I'll see you guys later. Bye.